Hi, everyone. It is Carol C.C. Miller, your positivity trainer, peace activator, and global hugger, joining you on this Saturday morning to share some tips on enhancing your relationships. I'm part of Project Positive Change and happy to be here as all of us in this community are offering tips and tools and ways for you to live your best life through a positive change. So today I wanted to talk about relationships and knowing your love language and how that helps your relationships. There's a website that you can go to. It's called fivelovelanguages.com. Five is the number, and then spell out lovelanguages.com. It was written by Gary Chapman many years ago, and it truly is about romantic relationships. And I read the book many, many years ago as well. But what I realized is besides it helping me with romantic relationships, knowing people's love language, knowing how people feel appreciated and heard and that they matter is to know how they receive appreciation, how they receive being heard, and how they feel that they matter to you. So his book is broken down into 5 different love languages. So we're going to go over them today and how knowing your own love language is going to help you know other people's love language. So if you go to fivelovelanguages.com, you could take a free quiz. It's 30 questions. And I took it just yesterday or the day before to check and see. It might have changed a little bit. It's still my top love language is still my predominant one. It used to be even a higher number than it is now. It's a little bit more spread out than it was a couple of years ago when I took it. But it really has helped me with my family, with my friends, certainly with my clients and colleagues. And when you know how people receive love, then you're able to give them the love the way they need it to feel it received. So the first one, and there's no particular order. So when I say the first one, it's just the first one. And if you're a words of affirmation person, I am, then you like to affirm people through word. You'll tell them that you love them. You'll tell them that they really helped you today. You'll say thank you a lot to them. You will point out the good qualities that they have and things that make you appreciate them. So you show your love through words of affirmation. That is one of the tops. Then there is the acts of service, I'm sorry. And so acts of service it's more the action behind the word that's important to you. So somebody does an act of service, maybe you're super busy and needed to do, a quick errand, and that person offers to run the errand for you. It's not their normal thing that they would do. It's an act of service because they love you. So if you're an active service person, you probably are that person who jumps in when you see a friend or a family member or your romantic partner stressed out about something. You're probably that person who says, hey, let me take care of this for you, or how can I help you do this? And so that's another type of love language. And then there is receiving gifts. Now, I don't know of anybody who doesn't like to receive gifts. It's always a fun little thing to get. However, some people, that is their main love language. And I'm going to share my love languages with you in a moment, what I found on my quiz. And I was not surprised to find that my love language of receiving gifts is one of the lower ones. Now, I've always been kind of a minimalist as far as home decor and keeping knickknacks and things like that. So that's probably another reason why gift giving isn't my strength. I shouldn't say strength. It isn't how I show love. It's not how I receive love, is through gifts. And then, so the gift giving can be something very small. It could be you buy and mail a card to them. It's you're thinking of them. It's the thought behind the gift. So it doesn't have to be a huge, massive gift. It's really more about the intention that I thought of you when I saw this and I bought it for you. Again, a card, a little knick-knack that, you've been gone for a long time and you're at the airport and you pick something quick up for somebody. So it's just really, it's your way of saying that I was thinking of you and this made me think of you. And then there is quality time. So you're the person who loves to spend time with people. And in his book, he really talks about quality time being, complete attention, talking and things like that. For me, quality time could be us going to a movie together or watching TV together or reading a book together and discussing. So it really depends on what quality means to you. But quality time is being with that person physically, or I guess it could be on the phone as well, but you are interacting with that person for your quality time. And then the last one is physical touch. And it's always so interesting, like when I'm working with clients. Now, the majority of people I work with are women, but I have worked with men as well. And anytime I bring up the 5 love languages to know and identify where their love language is, many men think touch is their number one because they go into it being a sexual touch. Now, sexual touch is certainly part of it, but it's also this somebody putting their hand on your shoulder or on your knee or brushing by you as they walk past you in the hallway. Again, appropriate touch on people that you care about. I'm not talking about strangers, even though I do free hugs to strangers. It's all about your family, your friends, your colleagues, people that you know, and how you interact with them. So if touching them or getting people to touch you feels good in that manner, of those appropriate touches, again, appropriate, then you're probably a physical touch person. That used to be much lower for me, and I'm quite sure I've been doing free hugs for 9 years now, so I'm sure it's grown through that. But when you know people's love language, then you can provide that love language. You can provide your love in the language they need to hear it from. He points out in the book, and I thought it was so fascinating, and I haven't read it for a long time, it's just what I remember, is we give love the way we want to receive it. So as I mentioned, my love language is the top ones is words of affirmation. It's a 30 question quiz. So I got 12 out of the 30. I believe before it was like 18 out of the 30. So I am always affirming people. I'm a coach. I affirm people in coaching and training. I affirm people on the street if I see something, I might love their hat or something. So I was not at all surprised that words of affirmation was my top one. I suspect it always will be. So I receive love by people saying, maybe texting me or calling me or saying nice things and appreciating me through words of affirmation is how I best receive my love. Now, the next one that we talked about was acts of service. I'm lower on that. I had a 3 on that. So people don't need to step in. I shouldn't say that. I love it when people step in and help me, but that's not how I receive love the highest. Words of affirmation, probably people standing there with me doing that job and telling me I'm doing a good job might work better than actually stepping in. But that's another one. So for me, it was a 3. A lot of people that could be their top one. So when you know what one is your top one, then you know how you receive love. I got a 1 for gifts. I'm going to have to work on that because gifts are nice, but it's not my top. And then quality time, I received a 6, and physical touch was an 8. Now, what has helped me with knowing people's love languages is, since he mentions you give love the way you receive it. So if I am a words of affirmation person, so I'm consistently telling people that I care about, that I use the words I care about you or I love you, or I say it in different ways. But if physical touch is their top one, me saying it, but then not giving them a hug or not putting my arm on their shoulder or those types of actual appropriate physical touch, they aren't necessarily feeling the love from me because they're not receiving it the way they hear it best. So for me, my example would be words of affirmation's my top, gifts is my lowest. So my friends, and I do have friends that I know the gifts is maybe it's not their top, but it's definitely an important one because they'll get me something. It might even be something that they're at Walgreens and see a cute little elephant or something because they know I like elephants. So they'll pick that up for me and send it to me or give it to me the next time I see them because I know that is their love language and I love them. Then I need to focus on seeing things for them and maybe sending them a card in the mail or doing something so they feel the love that I have for them, because me just saying it in my love language, they don't hear it the same way. I hope that makes sense because it's really been a powerful tool for me. It's really helped me for friends that I know that quality time is important to them, because in life, when we get very, very busy, me not spending quality time. And again, he really talks about it being in person, one-on-one attention. For myself, probably because it's not my top one, I've expanded it so quality time could be a quality phone call or something, especially if they're people that are from a distance. But I do know, since I've learned this, when I find friends that our quality time is important to them, when I'm not spending time and not fitting them, quote unquote, into my schedule, they're feeling it much more than somebody who quality time is not important to them. So if there's somebody that I care about, I'm going to have to figure out a way to show my love language in their love language. And again, for me, if my schedule's busy, I'm traveling, or it's a friend who lives in a distance, it's a phone call. I'm not always good at it because quality time is not my top one, but I am aware of it now because of taking this quiz. So I really hope that that helps you. Again, it's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and then physical appropriate touch. And when you learn yours, the way you're going to be able to tell what other people's are, and you may not know their top one, but take the quiz, learn what they all mean, and then realize how your friends interact with you, how your romantic partner interacts with you. And you're going to get a pretty good sense on if they're showering you with words, that affirmations is probably a top one. If they're bringing you a gift more often than other people would, that's probably it. If they're offering to help you out, that's service is probably it. If they're really wanting to spend a lot of time with you, it's probably quality time. And we probably all have them. Again, I just had one for gifts out of the 30 questions. There's probably several people who it's very much more spread out. I did have, at the very first time I took this, my affirmations were even higher than they are today. So it probably changes as well. But I really hope that these tips have helped you. The more you know how people receive love, the more you're going to be able to give it to them. And the more you know how you receive love, then you'll be able to either ask for it in a way that you receive it, or you'll know the other person's love language. So when they're giving you a gift, you know it's meant from love, even though that's not your top love language. So when you know what people, their love language is, it's just going to help you all around, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family member, a colleague, or anyone. Knowing is the important part, is knowing, so you can then adapt or ask for it the way that you need to receive it. I hope these tips helped you on building healthier, happier, and more loving relationships in your life, because you deserve it, because you matter. You matter to me, you matter to the world, and most importantly, you matter to you. So go out there and share your love language in the way that you're meant to share it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.